What is going on, everyone? Happy Friday. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. If you are now just tuning in, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Most importantly, go ahead and smash that subscribe button for me if you are brand new to the channel. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about PEPE 2.0 steel pump. Many of you have already seen me a little too much today, so some of you might be excited that you're finally tuning in live, and some of you are like, damn, John, you stream too much, bro. Go get a life. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, this is my life. But I'm very excited to go ahead and be here. We're going to go ahead and start the stream a little bit earlier than usual, just because of the fact that today is Friday. You know, most people want to go ahead and go out, enjoy themselves, and not really worry too much about, you know, anything related to the markets, unfortunately. So hopefully we can go ahead and tune in and get a few more people coming in early today. How's it going, Happy? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you. Let me go ahead and make sure that we are all set up officially on the live on my end. So give me about 1 second. So we are officially all set, ready to go. Now we're just going to go ahead and wait a couple more seconds to go ahead and get more people in. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start getting on my links as usual. So give me about 1 second to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and post our links down below. Welcome everyone. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. It really does help support the channel. It goes long ways, believe it or not. Something very simple. You know what's the great thing about it? It's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything to go ahead and do that. All right, awesome. So it looks like we are officially live. Hopefully we can go ahead and get a couple more people in here before we go ahead and start. And for all those that are watching pre-recorded, I definitely do encourage all of you, if you can, to try to go ahead and make it at least live once during one of the live streams. I think it's one of the best ways to not only connect with one another, but most importantly, answer any questions or concerns that you have. Anything related to crypto, and it doesn't even have to be about crypto. You know, I'm a human being too, so you can literally go ahead and chat with me, and that's the reason why I love, you know, live streaming, because I get to go ahead and know every one of you a little bit more in a tighter kind of way, right? If that makes any sense. And as well, always go ahead and support the channel by, you know, reaching out to me on Twitter. Twitter is one of the platforms that I kind of post a little bit here and there, mostly, you know, my gains and what I do. But yeah, you can go ahead and give me a follow at ALTCOIN John. I am looking to go ahead and build my Twitter a little bit more, focus on like probably more charts and all that. But definitely go ahead and reach out to me on that. Direct message me, you know, ask me a question, you know, just talk to me if you want. I really do like connecting with every one of you, so definitely go ahead and do that. Support the channel by using my links down below. And happy Friday to all of you. Happy Friday, happy Saturday, good morning, good afternoon, and good night to many, right? A lot of you have already seen me live stream these last couple hours, literally back to back. Team No Sleep, chat. Jonathan, how's it going, bro? Yo, did you buy your new phone? Well, check this out, man. Check this out. First, the problem I had was I didn't have the money to buy a phone, right? Now that I have the money to buy a phone because of all the gains that we did with PEPE 2.0, shout out to PEPE 2.0. Yesterday, a lot of you saw me close a live position of about $11,000 in profit, right? So currently right now at 15,000, and I still have another little play right in here, about 2.5 right now in profits. Well, the problem first was I didn't have enough money to buy a phone, right? My account was only at like 5,000 at the time when I said it. I said as soon as I hit 8,000, I'm going to go ahead and buy my phone. Well, now the problem is that now I have the money, but now the phone's nowhere to be found. Like I looked everywhere. I went to, you know, my local Best Buy. I went to my local, you know, phone carrier store, called them up and asked them about the phone, and they don't have it. So the only option that I have is to go ahead and order the phone, but the phone will not come in until December. So now I have to go ahead and wait a whole entire month in order for me to get the phone. So I'm just like, fuck, man, I'm really screwed. Like first I didn't have the money. Now that I have the money, I've looked everywhere and there's nowhere to freaking go ahead and buy the phone that I could get it quicker, right? Even on the website itself from OnePlus, I would have to wait 30 days just to go ahead and get the phone, which I'm not willing to go ahead and do, just due to the fact that, like, look, I don't know, I'm thinking, and it's like, I'm going to go ahead and pay this in crypto, right? So I'm going to have to transfer this with my crypto card and all that, and actually pay my phone with crypto, with a crypto debit card. And the problem is that if I do a purchase, you're talking about a $2,000 purchase, right? Which is not too much, but this is not your typical kind of banks. You're dealing with a crypto company that provides you a Visa card, right? Or a MasterCard. And usually if anything goes wrong, you're kind of almost screwed. For them to go ahead and give you your money money back or help you out in that situation, you're almost kind of screwed in that way, right? So for that reason, I'm just like, damn, dude, I don't know, I kind of want to go ahead and buy it in person or something. I don't want to wait 30 days. But also, now that I'm thinking, I could actually, you know, convert my cash from crypto and then move it onto my bank account. But it's a whole process, man. It's a whole process. So right now, the other phone that I'm looking at right now, is a Samsung. The only problem is, the reason why I kind of don't want to get the Samsung Fold is due to the fact that it's actually a little bit more expensive, and the fact that as well, the other problem that I would have with the Samsung is that not only is it more expensive, but the specs are not as good, right? The specs on this one's an 8 GB of RAM, and the phone that I won, the One Plus, like, look, this is gonna run me, if I want to get the 512 gig, it's gonna run me for $2,000, right? Which I don't mind. That's what I had in mind. But when you go ahead and head over to the One Plus Fold that I wanted, which is called the Open, One Plus Open, if you actually go ahead and see this one's actually right now on sale for $1,700, right? And the kind of the problem that I'm having now is that this one, I could actually go ahead and get a trade-in offer of $200 off. So technically, I get the phone for $1,500 with 16 gigs of RAM plus 512 gigs of storage. So like, this is literally like a freaking laptop in my hands, which is a lot cheaper, a lot better, and it has better specs, right? As compared to the Galaxy Fold, it's pretty good too, but the specs are nowhere near to be found as the OnePlus. Look, I have to pay $2,000 for 512 gigabytes, and then plus I'm getting a slower, or it's not really slow, but it's nothing compared to a 16 gigabyte of RAM, dude. Like, this is insane. This is like literally my laptop that I'm live streaming with right now. Like, I'm live streaming with my Razer gaming computer, and that's what I use to game and live stream. And look, it says ships in 32 days. So like, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and wait. I guess that's gonna be a Christmas present for myself when it comes out. But I've called everywhere to try to buy it in person, but it just seems like maybe the only solution might be, you know, ordering and waiting 30 days. But yeah, man, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage. I think this is definitely a deal for the price. And currently right now I have a OnePlus, so I would actually get a better trade-in offer too as well, for already having a OnePlus myself. So yeah, man, at first it was a money problem. Now I solved the money issue, and now it's an inventory problem, right? So I guess you can't always go ahead and hit it. How's it going, Cryptic? Good day, everybody. Show some support and hit the like button. Yeah, 100%. Go ahead and support me by smashing that like button. It's completely free. Jonathan says, my eyes are also on OnePlus Open. The speakers on that phone sound really good. That's crazy, man. I've been hearing really good things about the OnePlus. Like, the way it folds, it just looks so much better. And I don't know why. Look, I have a OnePlus, man. I'm going to be honest with you. It was freaking amazing. This phone was amazing when I first got it. And now it's a pretty terrible phone. Like, I just feel like they haven't really worked on, like, on the software as much. But as soon as I came across this OnePlus that my buddy told me about, I wasn't going to get it. But when I actually looked into the specs, I was like, dude, this is literally like a freaking a computer in my, like a computer in my hands, like a mini computer. And that's kind of the reason why I want to get it, right? Because my goal is to go ahead and get this phone and be more productive, right? It's really for work purposes. I really want to have that phone in order to go ahead and chart TA on the go, you know, maybe open or open or close a trade. You know, I do it on my phone right now. I'm using a Galaxy as my second phone to go ahead and trade. And this is my other second phone right here when it comes to trading. Yeah, I have two separate phones, one like my personal line, my business line. And honestly, dude, it just like having phones like this when it comes to trading, especially Androids, from what I heard, they're freaking shitty phones. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I'm planning of getting that kind of like that tablet, because I wanted to get a mini laptop. But dude, I think a phone would just be better, you know what I mean? It's like, I just flip the phone, now I could go ahead and trade. Because usually when I'm trading, I'm not gonna lie to you, all of you chat, when I'm trading, I don't like to be bothered. Like, I like to just stay at home, locked up in my little dungeon, as you see right here, my little dungeon locked up, and just sit and look at charts and just wait for my position to like do what it has to do. Because I don't like the charts on the phone, even with trading view. It just is not big enough, you know what I mean? I need something decently sized in order for me to feel comfortable if I'm trading on the go, right? And because I have my Razer laptop, it's a freaking heavy computer too, bro. So it's like, I'm thinking of like, should I get a smaller laptop? Should I just go ahead and get a new phone? And like, the phone kind of fits both. It's a phone. I want a new phone. I've always wanted a Fold. And then two, it's kind of like a tablet. So now it's like like a 3-in-1, because what I heard is you could actually connect the phone onto like a monitor and make it into a computer and just get a keyboard. So it's freaking crazy, man. Technology has really evolved. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about a little bit about PEPE 2.0, because I am looking to go ahead and re-enter on my position, right? And it actually looks like we broke out with what we saw earlier today, right? Depending on the time you're watching. I've actually live streamed twice yesterday, and it's probably now the third time watching me today if you're still, still awake. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about PEPE 2.0 due to the fact that right now I did mention that I was going to add a little bit to my position. I actually did add to my position yesterday a little bit. And right now, this is what you can see as my position. Currently, a little bit in profits, as I'm saying. I'm still, I still have about $15,000 on the side, patiently waiting for the market to go ahead and give me signals that we are, actually going to go ahead and push through. It actually looks like we are. So we're actually going to go ahead and analyze PEPE 2.0 right now and look for if should we go ahead and go all in. Obviously, we're not going to go all in, but I also want to mention, man, like, they actually got rid of a lot of leverage, at least on MEXC. They had all the way up to like 200x leverage, and look what they brought it down to. They brought it down to 15x. I was literally using 20x a couple days ago. You can literally see the pictures that I was taking with 20x leverage. Watch, where's it at? And I've been playing around with 5, 10, 20x. As soon as my account started getting bigger, I started lowering on the leverage because I was like, dude, this is way too risky. But look at that, 20x leverage. I was using 20x leverage on PEPE 2 since back of October 25th. So ever since then, like, it just hasn't really been, they've actually decreased it. It's probably because a lot of people are getting wrecked, and it's probably costing MEXC a lot of money or whatnot. But I don't know, I just came up with that conclusion. But yeah, it's kind of insane how they lowered down the leverage. But Cryptic Sniper says, it frustrates me when I'm trading on my phone and mates call or text me, LOL. Yeah, dude, I hate that. It bothers me so much, dude. Like, my biggest pet peeve, that's one of my biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve is when I'm either trading on my phone or I'm live streaming and I'm getting my phone just getting all these incoming calls and messages, right? Oh, it freaking bothers me, bro. That's like my biggest pet peeve out of everything. It frustrates me a lot too when especially when I'm in a trade and I'm trading on my phone. I totally feel you, Cryptic. When you're trading and you're just getting like all your phones like just getting smashed through. That's why I recommend all of you, if you do trade a lot on the go and you do want to go ahead and have that flexibility, I always recommend a lot of you to go ahead and have 2 phones, and really go ahead and have one as a personal, where you have like your friends and family like call you, and then just keep like a personal, which is going to be like, or I mean a business phone, which would be mostly just for your trading, right? Maybe have like your trading buddies on there if you have any, or have very important people that you only want them to call you just in case of an emergency, like certain parents. Like, for example, my business phone, I don't give that phone to anybody. Like, you have to be very exclusive to me to be able to go ahead and get a hold of that number. I don't give that number out to random people, right? My personal, I really don't care. I just give it out to people. I'm like, whatever. But and in order to get a hold of me too, it's like almost nearly impossible either way. So but yeah, I would recommend all of you to go ahead and do that. I think it's a really good investment, and also it's really good security on your way as well, to go ahead and have separate devices to go ahead and do all that, if you could actually go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and see what Cryptic says. MEXC done that TRB. We could do 75x a month ago, but now it's limits you to 50x. Yeah, man, it seems like MEXC has been lowering down on the leverage. I've noticed that starts to happen when people start getting like super wrecked, or people start making crazy amounts of money. Because like the way I was able to grow my account when PEPE 2 was at like a 2 million market cap and it was offering up to 200x leverage, the 20x leverage really helped me grow my account really quickly, but it would have been a lot difficult growing my account with a 3 to 5x leverage, right? It's possible, but it does get difficult a little bit over time. So leverage, man, it could either be your best friend or it could be your worst enemy. And I played a lot with leverage these last couple months. Finally, I'm kind of now nailing it down. I feel like now I'm understanding leverage, the way stop losses work and market manipulation works, especially more when it comes to futures, as opposed to just regular spot trading. But it's a whole different ball game, man, and I love this freaking ball game. Like, I've been studying this game for a cool minute now, and it is just like, it has been really, really amazing, honestly. So I would definitely go ahead and just be very, very careful right now with leverage, with anything going on, just because of the fact that it's really, really volatile in the market. And that typically means that when there's more volatility, yes, there's more money to be made, but there's also a lot more money to be lost. So I would really, really recommend all of you just to be very, very careful when it comes to doing anything related to leverage trading. But yeah, comment down below what you want me to go ahead and talk about today. Should we go ahead and stick to talking about PEPE 2.0? What other player are you looking for? And all that. But yeah, PEPE 2 is looking decent. I'm going to go ahead and start analyzing a little bit of some charting right now. In the meanwhile, looks like we lost some people or something. I don't know, man. Literally, we were like pretty good. We were at 10 and we lost like literally everybody. So let's go ahead and start charting PEPE 2 a little bit now. In the meanwhile, while we start getting more people back in, let's go ahead and start doing this. I'm going to start analyzing this a little bit in order to go ahead and see where we could go ahead and re-enter in the market. I did make a video earlier today, and we did mention that I don't know why I had a feeling. I thought PEPE 2.0 was going to get rejected at the 6101 and then dump back down to 4591. So it actually didn't do that. Luckily, I didn't have any kind of stop loss on that, but it would have dumped over here. I would have definitely gone and liquidated. So either way, it played out pretty good for us. So now we're going to go ahead and analyze this zone right here, which we said was really, really important, right? So moving forward, we're going to go ahead and see if we can find any more entries around this area right here before the next breakout. See, the kind of thing is that I've noticed with PEPE 2.0, it sometimes has some little pumps like this to the upside, consolidates, breaks back down, and then breaks back up again before the massive breakout to the upside. So we're going to go ahead and see how that is really going. So definitely go ahead and stay tuned if this is something you're looking for. If you're looking to go ahead and enter a position on PEPE 2.0 or add more to your position or possibly sell out of your position, this is definitely a stream you do not want to go ahead and miss. So definitely go ahead and continue to watch. Saeed, how's it going, bro? He says, hello, we are mooning. Yes, we are, dude. I do think we are going to definitely go ahead and pump very, very soon. Crypto Sniper says, when I do 200x trades, I open a tiny position on 14 to 20x, get a tight stop loss in place, and then crank my leverage up and start building my position on support. Yeah, man, that's kind of like what I do. I like to go ahead and start off slowly. I haven't been able to use anything above 20x. I feel like every time I use anything above 20x leverage, I always get wrecked. So I've been like just sticking to like the 20 to the anything below 20x is what I've been loving so far. So if this play does continue to do pretty well, and we could accumulate a nice little bag around this zone that we're looking at, I do believe that I will definitely go ahead and add more leverage to my position. But right now, because I don't understand where the market's really heading, and I don't want to go ahead and overdo it, because like one of the biggest problems you also don't want to go ahead and do is that after a pretty good day on profit taking on a trade, the last thing you want to go ahead and do is chase the trade instantly, right? Because I've made that mistake multiple times when it has come to trading, where I make a really nice bag where I make $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 in a day, and I want to quickly go ahead and chase the next trade. Not knowing that it's probably going to go ahead and consolidate and wait for it to get exhausted before the next move to the upside or to the downside, right? And I've always noticed I always get wrecked that way. So because of that reason, that's kind of the reason why I'm not rushing to make a crazy trade right now. I'm already in a trade. I am looking to go ahead and enter in my position. But the reason why I'm not rushed, because my goal was, short-term goal was to go ahead and reach, $10,000, I think it was, or $8,000, and I already hit that goal. So like right now, I don't want to rush too much on a trade. Even if my trade goes bad on PEPE 2.0 right now, I only lose about $2 grand. But if it goes my way of what I think we still have a capability of doing, even not adding no more leverage or nothing to my position, even at its previous all-time high, I could still make and capitalize another $48,000 with literally almost zero risk, right? So right now, this is kind of the reason why I'm not rushing, because I've noticed when we go all the way back, the kind of consolidating period we go into. I mean, look at this consolidating period we go into, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and read read chat real quick because I know some of you are asking questions or probably telling me something very important. And I've noticed that I have this tendency to just keep on talking and I forget about shit. So I really apologize. I'm definitely going to go ahead and focus a little bit more on the chat. So let's go ahead and read. You're going to see more pauses for me moving forward, right? Because I have this tendency that I could just talk for hours, bro. I could, especially when I'm in my zone and I'm drinking Dubby. Look, there's another conversation we're going to go into. Especially when I'm in my zone drinking Dubby, like I could go on for fucking topics out of my head. So I'm going to go ahead and chill. You're going to see more pauses when I'm doing my TA. So let's go ahead and read some questions right here. Crypto Boss Andrew, how's it going, bro? When are we going to go ahead and do our collab? That's my question. When are we going to go ahead and collab? By the way, chat, go ahead and check out Crypto Boss Andrew. He's pretty good at TA too, and he does a lot of videos on TA. So go ahead and check out his channel, Crypto Boss Andrew. Go ahead and rate his channel and ask him for a collab with me. Crypto Boss Andrew says, I bought 6X at 55. Nice. Piss, I sold at 30. I mean, it is what it is, bro. You can't be mad if you took profits, right? If you took profits, don't be too mad. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Even the bag that I sold and I took profits the last couple of days, I closed a position of over $4,000 2 days ago. And then I closed yesterday's position at $11,000. You know how much my bag would have been worth if I would have never put a stop loss at one time we streamed about 4 days ago? My bag would have been worth right now about, no joke, I'm not even making this shit up. I had almost 1 trillion tokens with like fucking 20x leverage or something like that. And my bag would have been worth like over $60,000, you know, and it's only worth $15,000 or $20,000 right now in total. So the would have, could have, should have, we're always going to have that in our minds, but we also have to go ahead and remember that give ourselves a pat to ourselves because of the fact that we're having proper risk management, and that, I think that's the hardest part when it comes to trading shit coins, is that in reality we could miss out on a lot of pumps, man. Like my bags, if I would have been holding since day one, I would have been up so much more money, but we just never know when the top or the bottom is, right? So you want to go ahead and always lower your risk. You're better off walking around with, walking away with, let's say, $60,000 instead of you probably hitting 200,000. Because with my bag at its all-time high, if it hits an all-time high, it could have been over $120,000 trade right there, right? But I took profits along. And I added right back to my position at a higher price. So obviously it's not worth the same, but I'm not even going to think about it. I think the most important thing is just to go ahead and focus on having that proper risk management and not losing the money that you just made. So just congratulate yourself on that one, bro. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Crypto Boss Andrew says, I bought after I saw your video last night. Nice, man. Yeah, I bought a little bit more too yesterday because I did mention there was some sort of cup and handle pattern, and we also see the W pattern right here, which I believe is called a double bottom. I just learned that pattern, man. I never even knew there was a double bottom or W pattern, whatever the fuck it's called. I just learned that pattern, and it looks like it hit this one right here. I mean, that confirmed it. And we also had a massive cup and handle pattern. I think it was on the 15-minute chart or something. And we broke through it, you know what I mean? So that made me feel a little bit comfortable. So right now we're going to go ahead and talk about another re-entry right here before the next breakout to the upside or to the downside. Because I only added a little bit to my bag. I only added maybe about another additional $200 with 10x leverage. I think that's another $4,000 or something like that. I don't know. Cryptic Sniper says, I only bought it with $50 in my isolated futures wallet, and I could usually double it quickly to compound my position. How's your position looking like, Cryptic Sniper? How's your position looking at, like, if you don't mind us sharing? Like, did you use like $50 with like a very high leverage, and how did that play out, man? Crypto Boss Andrew says, I thought today. Yeah, man, reach out to me on Twitter, bro. Like, I've been trying to find out how to reach out to you, so reach out to me on Twitter or something. Let's go ahead and collaborate on a live stream. I think it'd be pretty cool to go ahead and get different perspectives on just the market overall, ALTCOIN John. And then plus we go ahead and help each other out, you know what I mean? We help each other's channel out. You're a content creator, I'm a content creator, and we could just, help each other out. And plus, people get different perspective when it comes to charting, Everybody's going to have a different point of view when it comes to analyzing these charts, what people might see as support, other people might see as resistance, and vice versa, right? So I think it's always really important for a lot of people to go ahead and analyze you know, different ways when it comes to charting, you know, shitcoins in general and what they use on their strategy, because, you know, my strategy might not work with other people and vice versa. You know, some people could go ahead and use 100x leverage and do freaking well, but for me, on the other hand, I get wrecked, bro, all the freaking time. Every time I use anything above 20x leverage, I always get fucking wrecked. So I don't know if it's, you know, just me, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I really don't understand it. Crypto Andrew says, wow, 15-minute for are oversold on the order side. This can boom 100%. Double bottom and W patterns usually pay well. I do 200x for scalping on Bitcoin. I hold PEPE 2 on spot, but scalp it too. Man, that's wild. 200x on scalping Bitcoin. I gotta learn how to scalp Bitcoin, bro. That's gonna be my next goal. I'm gonna go ahead and learn how to go ahead and scalp Bitcoin a little bit more. Dude, honestly, I've done decent on Bitcoin before, but not too crazy on profits. But one thing I've noticed as well too is that I just haven't had proper risk management when it has come to leverage trading. Just because I just started leverage trading, chat. Like, I literally just started leverage trading not that long ago. Like, it's not like I've been leverage trading for freaking years. Like, all this whole entire time that I've been trading on a DEX, on a decentralized exchange. So all this shit is new to me. So I've literally been learning this the last like 3 to 6 months, getting fucking wrecked in the market, losing money back to back, leverage trading, and then now I'm finally getting an understanding of how leverage trading really works, right? It's more than just support and resistance. You also have to remember there's, for all those that don't understand, there's also manipulation that goes into all of this. Dude, I literally had my RSI somewhere in here. Now I can't even find it. I don't know what happened to it. You guys should check out the smart money concept Lux Algo as well as an indicator. This indicator has been pretty good and has been finding a lot of support and resistance. And if you actually go ahead and use if you actually use Fibonacci retracement, Lux Algo usually hits it for you. It's actually pretty accurate. I'm not gonna go ahead and lie to you. I usually don't rely too much on indicators though. Okay, there you go. So I minimized it. Okay, there you go. There's my RSI. But yeah, I would definitely go ahead and suggest a lot of you to go ahead and check out Lux Algo as an indicator. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning out my chart, and then we're going to go ahead and start talking a little bit about more entries. Let me know down below, what do you think we're at? Do you think we're going to go ahead and have a massive breakout, or are we still going to go ahead and consolidate here for a while? I think right here, the RSI is looking to go ahead and cross. So that's another bullish indicator in my opinion. We might actually go ahead and see a breakout right now live. So I'm probably going to go ahead and add a little bit more to my position in the moment. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and read some comments real quick. Cryptic Sniper says, MEXC is great for scalping because the fees are so cheap. I usually move my stop loss into profit or break even after the price goes up. Yeah, 100% agree with you, man. I've been hearing that a lot of these other exchanges, they charge like freaking 20 to 30% on like commission fees. It's freaking insane. And MEXC is like the lowest one. And what I like about MEXC, I'm gonna be honest with you too. The thing that I like about MEXC is that MEXC has not only the lowest fees, which I never knew how important that was until recently, but I also like the fact that they usually post like they're usually like the second exchange that always lists all these shit coins all the time. Like MEXC, it's always LBank, then it follows with MEXC and all these other exchanges, but MEXC is always the first one to go ahead and list a lot of these like total shit coins. And a lot of these shitcoins always usually dump as soon as they launch on MEXC. Sometimes they only pump for 15 minutes. Sometimes they only pump for 3 days before they dump. But like when they crash, bro, they crash like 90%. So like I've noticed that usually it's worth shorting on MEXC when a lot of these meme tokens go live because they dump like crazy. So obviously none of this is financial advice, right? But that's one thing I've noticed. Damn, look at Ethereum, bro. Fuck, dude. I can't believe Ethereum rug pulled us right here, man. Damn, it looks like the whole market's red. I'm glad I actually sold out on my position on Wojak. See, look, this is what I want to tell all of you. I was actually riding Bonk I think Bonk I made a little bit over $800 or something like that, or 1,000. I can't remember, but this was actually a really good trade too that I did recently. And this looks actually like it might be having a reversal in the 12 hourly. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about some hidden gems today, and I might actually re-enter my position on Bonk. I mean, look at that. Bonk's looking like it's about to have a breakout. What do you guys think? What do you think, chat? Let me know down below. Do you think Bonk is about to go ahead and break out? Because I was actually trading Bonk not that long ago, and actually sold right before, well, I think I sold a little bit earlier before the breakout. But let's go ahead and see right here on my media. Let's see. Right here, Bonk. Oh no, it wasn't 1,000. I guess it was only $418. But Bonk might be a play too. So we're going to go ahead and look at Bonk right now, because I just saw it right now accidentally. And I like the kind of volume Bonk has. It kind of has almost like the same volume that that PEPE 2.0 is kind of bringing. I mean, they have a 608,000 of volume, but look at that market cap, 37,000. So I like higher market cap meme coins because I don't want to say they're less volatile, but they're less risky when it comes to getting wrecked on leverage, right? That's one thing that I've noticed. Like MEXC, for example, when you were at 2 million market cap, when we were trading that at 2 million, it was so much easier to grow your account to like where I made my account from $150 to, you know, $15,000 to $20,000, because the volume wasn't so bad. Like it was trading, but it wasn't like super volatile where you see 50, 60, 80% dumps and then pumps like crazy. We didn't see that. We just started seeing that as FOMO started kicking in, right? And that's actually good when you're leverage trading, but as well is also very, very risky, because the more it moves that quickly, the easier it is for you to get liquidated and lose money. So I'm going to go ahead and keep my eyes out on Bonk. I think that might be our little play for the week, because it does look like it's about to have another breakout. So we're going to go ahead and analyze that quickly as well. But let's go ahead and see PEPE 2.0 and then try to look for another entry to add more to our position. Cryptic Sniper says, I'm watching the large order block at 34,200 on Bitcoin. Chart Prime is looking like we can still come down a bit. What is Chart Prime? Elevator trading game, Chart Prime. It's not that bad. $67 a month. This is actually pretty good. I'm gonna have to check this out. I've never heard of Chart Prime. And they also have affiliates, so that's actually gonna be pretty cool too for the channel. 30% recurring commission, man, that's pretty crazy. Man, this is actually something that's definitely gonna be worth checking out. Seeing how this thing works. It's not that expensive either. I mean, it's I think Lux Algo is a little bit more, no? If I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna have to go ahead and check this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and try it out first before I do any affiliate links or any of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my research on this Chart Prime. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not even that expensive either. $67 a month. Quarterly, you could go ahead and do $47 a month. I mean, $67 a month is might be a little pricey for some, but the good thing about it is that the fact that because it is, you know, $67 a month, if they have like really good indicators or whatever they have, it might be worth having that small little investment and actually, you know, to help you, you know, become a better trader. And obviously indicators is not something you want to always rely on 100%, but they definitely do give you an edge without having to go ahead and do too much into charting. So I'm going to go ahead and check out this platform. I'm going to save it. And it's like Lux Algo, but with different indicators. The RSI with the buy and sell, it's very accurate. That's nice. Let's go ahead and see how much Lux Algo is. I know a lot of you are probably like, dude, just do TA on charts already, but PEPE 2.0 is it's not really doing much right now. It's consolidating. So that's why I'm actually also killing time to just go ahead and look into it. So actually Lux Algo is about almost the same. It's about $67 a month. Which one's better though, Lux Algo or is it Chart Prime? I mean, they look like almost very similar very similar charting software. That's pretty cool. I'm going to have to go ahead and look into Chart Prime. That's pretty cool. This one looks cool. Yeah, this one looks cool too. I've never used this one, the oscillator. I've heard about it, but I've never used it. I think it's about almost the same price as Lux Algo. I don't know, but this one just looks a lot cooler. Maybe the branding behind it is what makes it look cool. Anyways, we'll go ahead and do our research into that, and then if it's something really cool, we'll go ahead and try it out, and then look into you know, probably partnering up with him, because I like to go ahead and try things out before I partner. I don't like to go ahead and sell, you know, anything or promote anything that I don't believe in or I like. So I definitely want to go ahead and test it out myself for like a few months before I could go ahead and get some sort of deal going on. I used to go ahead, I use Confluence with Lux Algo order blocks as well as a Chart Prime RSIs. What is Confluence? Man, bro, I could learn a lot from you. See? I learn more from you, honestly. I learn more from all of you than anything. Oh, this is not it, right? I don't think this is it, but dude, I could learn a lot more from all of you. But let's go ahead and chart PEPE 2 before we go ahead and move over onto talking about all these other charting software. So let's go ahead and look at PEPE 2. Looking at the 5-minute chart, we do see that we are at an area of resistance at around 7132. I do think we are probably going to go ahead and break out. One thing that we definitely want to go ahead and focus, at least on the 5-minute chart, is us not losing this area of support, which is the 6234. We did actually struggle to go ahead and break that all last night with this W pattern forming, and we actually broke to the upside. So that actually, for me, confirms some sort of a bullish uptrend that we're possibly reversing. But we also have to go ahead and keep in mind that we also have situations where we channel in an area like this before having a massive breakout. I think the breakout might be to the upside, but we don't want to go ahead and get tricked and get wrecked down to the downside, right? So this is one of the reasons why I'm very careful, and I haven't added much to my position right now. Even if you do go ahead and see this, it looks like it's slightly kind of almost trending down, so we definitely do not want to go ahead and see this breakdown and lose support, because we pretty much just lost all this work that we did, and now we're a step closer to being bearish. It doesn't mean we can't go ahead and break above or below here, consolidate, break above, and then, you know, off to the races we go, and we go to moonland. I think it's very doable, and it might even actually happen. So honestly, if we do go ahead and see a breakout to the downside, I would be actually very happy, because I'd be able to load up my bags around this zone, load up my bags on this zone, and before the next breakout to the upside. And right here, we're just going to go ahead and consolidate. We'll see how long we consolidate. That's on the 5-minute chart. Let's go ahead and look at the 15-minute chart. On the 15-minute chart, as we say, it does look like we are kind of trending down now, and we are getting rejected. So we definitely do want to go ahead and see a breakout, at least on this area right here. So we could go ahead and confirm some sort of bullishness actually going on. It's not a complete fake out. And we also have to go ahead and keep our eyes on the RSI. I think once they cross and break, we are definitely going to go ahead and probably have an upside. But even looking at this from a far away angle, as I mentioned on the 15-minute chart, this actually did form some sort of cup and handle pattern, which I was talking about, was in the shorter time frame. And right here, even if you zoom out, you could go ahead and say this is a cup and handle pattern as well, and it's getting ready to go ahead and consolidate, right? So as soon as we go ahead and break above this area right here, which would be the 7546, which I'm going to go ahead and put a little price label at, if we go ahead and break above 7536, in my opinion, I do think this is going to be a confirmation of a cup and handle pattern, and then taking us to its all-time high, which would be this area of resistance at around 1019. But honestly, we also have to go ahead and keep our eyes on this area right here. I would consider this area of resistance around the 999. But this area right here that we're at consolidating, this is a pretty strong area of resistance, as you see right here. Look at that. So once we do go ahead and get that breakout, we're gonna moon. We would go ahead and moon if we go ahead and break above that. I use Confluence with Lux Algo blocks as well as the Chart Prime RSI. Yeah, I definitely have to go ahead and invest more into charting software for sure. Right now, I'm just using the TradingView, free the free charting software, and it's actually been working out pretty good. The only thing that kind of sucks is that I could only use 2 indicators, but honestly, 2 indicators are not that bad. To me, it's been helping me. I've noticed sometimes like the less the indicator, sometimes the better it is for you to go ahead and come up with your own analysis and really do it. And so far, the RSI and the Lux Algo has been like freaking lifesavers for me. Confluence is just comparing many different signals and indicators together to get a better scope of the market. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, I have to definitely go ahead and invest in some. I have to invest more into charting software for sure. That's what I told myself, that as soon as I start making some money on this, I'm gonna go ahead and start investing a little bit more into charting software. But so far, this smart money concept Lux Algo indicator, dude, freaking amazing. Like literally, it kind of works like the Fibonacci retracement most of the time without even having to use Fibonacci. Let's go ahead and use Fibonacci, man. Fibonacci is not something I'm the best at using, but let's go ahead and see how this is gonna play out for us. Ooh, even on the level of resistance that we're kind of struggling right now, it looks like we are slightly on the 618 as well. I mean, look at that. Once we break into that, we're going to be in the 618 zone. So, like, you know, now we have the 618, and now we also have the cup and handle pattern. Now we also have the W double bottom pattern. We have just way too many bullish indicators to go ahead and ignore and say, you know, this doesn't have a possibility of breaking to the upside. But as I said, I want to go ahead and see a little bit more push to the upside before I could go ahead and make my analysis. Because if this doesn't hold up pretty well, then yeah, we're gonna go ahead and fall back down to the 5 areas, which is literally losing all the work that we did, which is something that we don't want to go ahead and see, especially with so many bullish indicators that we have. As I mentioned, the W pattern, the double bottom, I guess, the cup and handle pattern, and then the 618 around right here. Those are way too many bullish indicators that if this doesn't just go, like if that doesn't break through, then this is going to be really quite bearish in my opinion. That's on the 15-minute chart. Let's go ahead and look at the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty good. 45-minute chart doesn't look too bad either. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour looks like we might go ahead and have a doji reversal forming right now with the RSI crossing as well. So another bullish indicator. And then on the 1 hour as well, you see the cup and handle pattern forming. So we're having more bullish indicators than bearish so far. Obviously on the bigger time scales, it looks like we are in some sort of a bullish reversal now, Pat. After we found a support, it looks like we found a support, right? It doesn't mean that it's 100% going to go ahead and break to the upside. I think that's where a lot of people usually get wrecked, is that they go ahead and put their trust into all these indicators, such as like the RSI or support or resistance. But I think for us right now personally, we've looked at over different time zones or time frames. We looked at the 1 hour, we looked at the 4 hours, we looked at the 15, the 30, the 15-minute, and they're all looking pretty bullish to us, right? So the bigger of time scales or time frames are looking pretty good for us. So I think in my opinion, we are looking pretty bullish, but we don't want to go ahead and still go ahead and confirm and say, you know, we're all in, because that is an indicator that this is an uptrend, right? If you want to really go ahead and wait for a real confirmation, in my opinion, waiting for a real confirmation would be breaking above this area right here, as I mentioned, which would be around the 7520. That's what I would at least like to go ahead and see this do. You could go ahead and add a small little bag right here, which I might go ahead and do that right now live. And hopefully, if it does go ahead and break out around this zone, then I'm definitely going to add more to my bag right here, because that's definitely going to go ahead and give us an indicator with all the bullish indicators that we said. W pattern, cup and handle, you know, we broke resistance, now we're entering a new support, we're entering the 618. So like all of this with the RSI, you know, this is all looking a lot bullish, and I'd feel more comfortable loading up my bags right here. I know unfortunately I would have to go ahead and pay a higher price, but I would rather go ahead and load up a little big bag right here, a lot bigger bag around this area right here, than adding right here, because right here, realistically, even though we still have those bullish indicators, we could really just go ahead and be a fake out and have us break down below, and then putting us higher at a higher risk down to the 5308, down to potentially the 339. So you always want to go ahead and go in with that mentality. But like, as I mentioned, I think everything's looking really bullish. The other thing too that I'm looking at, it is a Friday, right? To some people it's going to be a Saturday. I've noticed usually during this kind of the week, we don't really see too much movement, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do go ahead and see this consolidate for a while, unless the Asian market, when we open up, freaking goes berserks and we finish freaking strong for the day. And I think that'd be freaking amazing if we could go ahead and do that. Cryptic Sniper says it was great to see the DXY get rejected today, as that helps the crypto market. So hopefully Bitcoin will keep going up after a rest. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I'm glad he actually talked about the DXY, man, because I completely forgot about the DXY. But let's go ahead and talk about the DXY real quickly, because this is actually another bullish indicator for us. As I mentioned, we don't like to rely too much on the DXY when it comes to shitcoin trading, because they don't really, you know, do too much. But this is looking beautiful, Chad. This is looking extremely beautiful. I did mention that what I wanted to go ahead and see the DXY do is I wanted to go ahead and see the DXY reject these areas right here. I mean, we were almost at a very sketchy spot right here. We were almost about to go ahead and break through, hitting the 108, which would have been super, super bearish for cryptocurrencies, right? We would have definitely gotten wrecked. And that's kind of the reason why these last 2 days, as you see yesterday, we were almost at the point of reversing. We got this doji green pattern right here, and it looked like it was about to go ahead and reverse. And honestly, it was giving us signs that we were going into a reversal. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It looks like we broke from the downtrend, and then we were making higher highs until we just got freaking wrecked. So congratulations to everybody in the stock market and crypto. I had a really strong feeling. I told a buddy of mine, shout out to Billy, yesterday he said the market wasn't too well, and I was like, bro, don't worry about it. I can guarantee you it's a freaking fake out. It's just to go ahead and liquidate people, get some paper hands out of the market, and that's exactly what happened. And look, you know, stock market's freaking good on a Friday, which is technically usually not always the case, right? So if the stock market also ends pretty well on a Friday, we could go ahead and expect cryptocurrencies to be massively overly bullish in the next coming weeks, which means more money for you and I to go ahead and make. But also that also means that there's going to be more volatility. With more volatility, there's a higher risk and there's a higher reward, right? So I do want all of you to go ahead and be very careful. But the not the RSI, the DXY is literally giving us really bullish indicators, in my opinion. I've been telling all of you since we were around this area right here, around the 107, when we topped this market right here. I did say we're going to go ahead and have some sort of breakout to the downside. As soon as we lost the 105,500, which is this support right here, dude, the DXY is going to go ahead and go down to the levels of 103. And I mentioned that the DXY still could go ahead and approach these levels and still be actually bullish. Obviously, you know, it's better if the DXY does go ahead and fall down, because the DXY falling down means, you know, cryptocurrencies typically going up. It's not always the case. They like to go ahead and DXY and Bitcoin have like a weird relationship where they don't always listen to each other, but when they do, they pump really well, right? So right now, the fact that we are at this area and we did break that area of support, this is a really good bullish indicator, in my opinion, for the crypto market. So this even adds more fuel to what we're looking at, right? Not just Bitcoin, not just PEPE, we're looking at the overall cryptocurrency market, right? So now that we broke below this area right here at the 105,024, hopefully we could go ahead and hit the 104. This is going to go ahead, I mean, breaking this strong area of support already kind of confirms, in my opinion, that the DXY is going to go ahead and approach these areas right here at the 103. And potentially it's probably going to go ahead and try to retest the 104, getting rejected down to the 101, hopefully, and we see some sort of consolidation before it starts trending back up and cryptocurrencies begin to take a hit one more time. Because I believe that, in my opinion, we do need to go ahead and hit higher inflation. We do need to go ahead and get higher interest rates. We need to go ahead and wreck the markets a little bit more, in my opinion, before we could go ahead and start feeling a little bit more bullish and start celebrating about, you know, having the biggest bull run in history. Maybe this is an indicator of the bull run starting. I really doubt it, but not because I doubt it, it doesn't mean I'm going to go ahead and have that thought behind my head, right? Because that's how many of these traders get wrecked. A lot of these investors get wrecked thinking that it's going to do the opposite and the markets just start going higher. I mean, whoever's shorting Bitcoin right now, I'm sure there's people making money, but Bitcoin's giving us almost every indicator as well with the market that there could be a possibility that this thing is going to go ahead and continue to pump. Obviously, this is not a full-on confirmation. I would go ahead and patiently look at this area, at least for me personally, on the RSI, on the DXY, falling at the 104 below. That is definitely going to go ahead and give us some bullish action to us. But as I mentioned, the reason why I was so bearish on the DXY, I'm typically not bearish when it comes to the DXY. I've been the biggest bear when it has come to cryptocurrencies these last literally 3 months, and I have just now turned bullish. So it's just a coincidence the market's now doing good as well, right? I've learned this from someone. I heard that, you know, you want to go ahead and do the opposite of what typically retail investors are doing. Whoever thinks we are in a bullish scenario usually think that we're going to be in a bearish, and vice versa, right? If everybody's bear, you have to go ahead and be bull. And so far, everybody has been bearish. I don't know why. We have been given every freaking indicator of cryptocurrencies being in some sort of bullish trend. We saw Bitcoin pump from where it was at. I even told a lot. Look, I was going to go ahead and short Bitcoin, but I'm not anymore because of what we're seeing. And you have to go ahead and be able to adopt to the market, or else you're going to go ahead and get freaking wrecked because of ego trading and trying to be right all the time, right? So I do think the DXY could go ahead and drop down below, even down as low to the 101, consolidate and probably work his way up before approaching its higher all-time highs, which I think is going to be around this zone right here. I think potentially even the 150. So in my opinion, I do think that we are in some sort of bullish scenario. I don't think this is the biggest bull run that we're going to go ahead, or even a bull run. I think this is just a mini bullish cycle, and I do think that we might have one last dump on cryptocurrencies overall, even Bitcoin and altcoins, where this is what I think we're gonna have one last dump before we have the biggest bullish bull run in history, right? Because I did mention that the DXY does need to go ahead and approach these zones right here for the U.S. economy to kind of crash. And in order for, you know, the U.S. economy to crash, we need to go ahead and push inflation and interest rates through the roof to the point where, you know, people can no longer handle it, and we have some sort of debt bubble explosion. And then now we start trending down. So yeah, it is going to go ahead and look bad for the economy overall. And this is something we definitely don't want to go ahead and see. But in order for us to go ahead and have that big bull run that people are calling, that where cryptocurrency is going to go ahead and change the lives of many, and many are going to become millionaires, we need to go ahead and see inflation reach these levels right here with the DXY before we could go ahead and come down. And then once we go ahead and reach this area right here, whether it's a 112 or even the 150, imagine reaching these levels right here. A lot of pain in the streets, but as soon as we start coming down, look at all the money we're going to be making if the U.S. economy begins to crash, right? So we need more pain in the U.S. markets, in my opinion, and I do think this is my prediction that the DXY could go ahead and approach the levels of 88. And you know, a lot of people are going to get wrecked. You and I are going to be making a boatload of money, but it's just the way the economy works. So do expect a lot of craziness going on, black swan events in the next coming months. I mean, we kind of called it the last black swan event, right? We mentioned how there were going to be some sort of either alien attack, some sort of war, something to go ahead and push these markets even higher, and that's what happened. You know, war causes the markets to go up high, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. People panic and think that wars are going to go ahead and cause the markets to go down. Well, wars are pretty much in the business of making money as well. So banks supply these wars, and now they have a reason to go ahead and inflate the economy more and cause inflation on everything, because if there's war, the prices of oil goes up, and there's a lot of items in our food and products that use crude oil, which causes the value to go up, right? So honestly, war is really a good excuse to go ahead and inflate the market, to provide more inflation into the system, to overcharge for everything, meaning the companies make more money. So in reality, if war and all this bullshit that goes around is really good for the stock and the crypto market. Unfortunately, a lot of people, you know, have to go ahead and get hurt along the ways, but the sooner you go ahead and start waking up to what really goes on around the world, and you actually start really looking into the fundamentals, and don't start just, you know, listening to a crypto moon boy that's going to tell you that, you know, PEPE 2.0 might hit $1, or that Bitcoin's going to hit $200,000 because the stars align with fucking Jupiter. The more you go ahead and start understanding how the economy actually works and moves, the more you're going to go ahead and have an edge in the market. You're going to go ahead and be able able to capitalize on these certain events. That's why as soon as the war began and I heard about it, dude, I deployed my money into the market quick because I knew this thing was going to happen. The only reason why I knew is because I've been analyzing the markets for the last couple of years, especially crypto. I've been analyzing the markets for almost about 2 to 3 years now, analyzing the chart. So I kind of have a feeling and understand how these markets move. And the only way you could really go ahead and understand how a lot of these markets move and the way they react is by understanding it, by watching it, right? By being involved in the market. This is the reason why you don't want to go ahead and be gone for a month and not do anything about crypto or understand TA, because this is literally all the answers to your problems. Literally, technical analysis is what could go ahead and make or break your life and your investment as well. So you definitely want to go ahead and keep your eyes out on this. I don't expect all of you charting 24/7, but for all of us that do trade, we all could go ahead and identify certain patterns and resistance and supports or trends because of the fact that we've been analyzing the markets for a while. Why, right? And the only way you can go ahead and understand how that moves is by one, either learning from people like myself and many of you that are really good traders in the market that watch the live stream, or by two, by tuning into the live streams and watching. If it's not daily, I literally stream 7 days a week, right? So not only am I improving on my TA myself as well, but I'm also identifying how the market moves. And that's really the only way to really go ahead and take advantage of the market and start making money. Like a lot of you need to go ahead and get out of that mentality that this trading stuff, it's a side thing. No, this thing takes a lot of energy and a lot of work to understand. And the more you spend more time with it, the more you get to go ahead and understand its behavior of the way it moves, and you're going to be able to capitalize on certain trends, right? As I mentioned, the only way you do it is by either learning yourself, being involved, looking at it every day or every other day, or listening to people that actually go ahead and trade these markets and tell you and give you the outlook of what actually really goes on in the world, because a lot of people don't understand how any of this shit works, and it's actually quite crazy. But it is an edge when you literally, I don't even have to do anything else but look at the DXY and Bitcoin, and I could almost tell you what's going to go ahead and go on around the markets, not having to worry about nothing else. Crypto Sniper says Market Cipher has printed a buy signal, but it doesn't have much cash flow coming in at the moment. I think if we hit liquidations at 34,000 over the coming hours and bounce back up, yeah, I do definitely go ahead and see that. I mean, looking at Bitcoin, one of my biggest things, the reason why I've always been quite bullish on Bitcoin for a while, is because looking at the daily, if you go ahead and see, this is another major cup and handle pattern right here forming, consolidating, and then you see that breakout. So like, I don't know why anybody in their right mind would go ahead and be shorting Bitcoin at around these areas. People do, so it doesn't really matter, but I don't know who in the right mind would have been shorting around this zone right here, right? When you zoom out, it looks like a major cup and handle pattern, and now it has confirmed that we are in a cup and handle pattern. So that means we are going to probably even approach $48,000 to $50,000 Bitcoin. I think is really, really possible, and it doesn't mean we're in a bull run, right? We can still go ahead and approach these levels right here, in my opinion, still come all the way down, and the new support, I think the new low for Bitcoin might be around the $30,000, or even roughly around $24,000 before we consolidate during the Bitcoin halving and all of that. I think that's what it might happen, or maybe this is the start of the freaking bull run and it's gonna hit everybody by surprise. Maybe this is not the top. Maybe the top is $100,000. I don't know. I don't know, right? Maybe after the halving or whatever happens, our new support on Bitcoin $60,000, right? No one really knows what's going to happen, so I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and speculate, where Bitcoin is really going to go ahead and be heading. But in my opinion, I do think Bitcoin at $40,000 is going to happen. I do think this area is going to go ahead and break down, because you're going to have a lot of shorts still wanting to go ahead and push $12,000 Bitcoin, bro. Like, are you out of your freaking mind? $12,000 Bitcoin is not going to happen anytime soon, at least in my opinion. Can it happen? Yes, 100%. It's freaking crypto, bro. Anything can happen. But it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? A lot of these indicators don't really matter, and that's what people need to go ahead and start understanding, that Bitcoin is giving us every bullish scenario. The DXY is looking extremely good. We're having literally the perfect economical news in order to go ahead and pump this even higher, yet people are still bearish. Like, how ignorant and dumb can you go ahead and be? You know what I mean? Like, this is the reason why you need to go ahead and have control of your own life and stop listening to a lot of these influencers that don't even trade to begin with and don't even understand what the fuck they're talking about half the time. It's really simple. Stop overcomplicating everything that you do. It's really simple. Just look at the DXY, look at Bitcoin, and now you have an edge with how the economy is going to move. But first, you need to understand how all of this shit works. You have to understand how war affects, you know, the economy. You have to understand how the DXY affects the economy. All of this shit, all the boring stuff that nobody wants to learn that. And trust me, you'll have an edge into this market where you're going to be able to make money literally out of thin air because you have an edge over other people. Let's go ahead and look at the Bitcoin dominance because I haven't looked at that in a while. Glenn, how's it going, bro? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I picked up PEPE Community at $300. Can you look at it? I want to see what you think. I was up as much as $200 today, but I lost a lot just now trying to trade Badger and AI Doge. Yeah, 100%, bro. We're going to go ahead and look at that right now. Let's go ahead and look. We'll look at Bitcoin dominance right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at PEPE Community because I was looking to go ahead and enter a trade on PEPE Community. So this is something we definitely do want to go ahead and keep our eyes out on PEPE Community, see if we could go ahead and enter a trade. I mean, this is kind of playing out like what we thought. I did mention that it looked like it was forming some sort of cup and handle pattern right here. And this is kind of the reason why you want to go ahead and take profits, man. I don't know where you were holding onto your position, if it was right here, if it was right here, but this is still looking pretty bullish in my opinion. I mean, the RSI looks like it's about to cross. It looks like we might go ahead and have a breakout. As I mentioned, it does look like a massive cup and handle pattern in my opinion. You know, probably the nastiest cup and handle pattern, but I do think it's a possibility if we do go ahead and see a break above 0.005. I think this right here will indicate, at least to me, that this could be potential a potential cup and handle pattern forming, right? So in my opinion, it looks kind of bullish. Let's go ahead and look at the 15-minute chart, see if we find anything unusual or weird. We are seeing the RSI that it's about to go ahead and cross. It could either be to the upside or to the downside. I think it's to the upside. So to me, it looks pretty bullish in my opinion. And I think as soon as we do go ahead and break above that 362, this is going to go ahead and indicate some sort of bullish momentum coming in. This is an area of resistance, as you can go ahead and zoom out, but it's looking pretty good for me, man. The 15-minute chart is looking good, 1-minute chart is looking good. 30-minute chart is, you know, approaching that level of resistance. As soon as this area gets broken above, I think in my opinion it might be worth entering a position. You could even enter a position right here, but you do get into the risk of possibly even going down all the way down to 278 if this is a fake out. But I don't think, I mean, the RSI is looking good, the daily is looking good. We see a cup and handle pattern forming. We do see that we were on a downtrend. Now we've broken that trend up, and as soon as we break this right here, this is going to go ahead and indicate, at least to me, that we have broken out of this downtrend and we are now switching trends to an uptrend. So it's giving me nothing but bullish indicators in my opinion. So far, let's go ahead and look at the 4-hourly. The 4-hourly is at a very critical area of resistance though, so we definitely do need to go ahead and watch out. But even if, as I mentioned, if this is a cup and handle pattern, then it is, you know, preparing to fuel up to the rocket. It is fueling up the rocket to go to the moon. So just be very, very cautious right now. But it is giving me, in my opinion, nothing but bullish indicators. As I mentioned, if you want to go ahead and wait for a confirmation to go ahead and enter a trade, ideally I would rather, you know, wait and enter around the 376 zone. So anywhere between the zone right here might be worth taking a look, because that is going to give us an indicator that we are going to more than likely trend to the upside and continue to break that that cup and handle pattern that we're looking at. So it's looking pretty bullish to me, man. Yo, Natural Selector, how's it going, bro? Hope you're having a great day today. Happy Friday or happy Saturday. Yo, John, how's it going? Play is going pretty good, man. You know, PEPE 2.0, we're still in another small little trade right now, looking just for hidden gems to go ahead and see if we can go ahead and jump into. Right now, PEPE Community looks like it's getting ready for a breakout, so we're going to go ahead and wait for confirmation in order for us to go ahead and enter in. This could possibly be doing a crazy pump, just like PEPE has done. So right now, as I mentioned, we are in what I believe in some sort of bullish, some sort of meme coin season, and if we could go ahead and see, you know, PEPE community breakout around this area right here, I would go ahead and say it might be worth entering a trade around this zone right here, around the 5, to potentially go ahead and ride the wave all the way up to these highs over here. So definitely might be something worth looking at. PEPE community looks good to me. Let's go ahead and take a look at bonk, because I know how I told all of you that bonk is looking good in my opinion. This might be something worth trading. I do not know yet, but I actually did trade this right here on the daily. Hasn't given us a full-on indicator, but let's go ahead and see what we're getting on the longer time frame chart. It also kind of looks, in my opinion, like some sort of, possibly, as all you know, my favorite pattern, a cup and handle pattern. Look at that. So right now it's just looking for support, and then as soon as we break up, this thing's off to the races as well, and that's on the 4-hourly chart. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, we are having some sort of consolidation on bonk. Definitely be on the lookout for that. I think as soon as we do go ahead and start breaking above this area right here, this could go ahead and indicate that we are back in some sort of uptrend now. This could be either your confirmation. If you want to go ahead and play it a little bit safer, I think this might be the confirmation right here, approaching the 8092, and then we're gonna be off to the races. But definitely be on the lookout in the next couple minutes. It could go ahead and get rejected and approach these levels right here around the 49997. But so far so good in my opinion. I think bonk is going to be one of those that it's also going to go ahead and start taking off. This chart doesn't look too good, and honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, but the chart that does look pretty good is the one on Dex Tools. You could actually go ahead and see how bonk is actually playing now, and it does have a high market cap, about 37 million market cap, right? $37 million in market cap. If you go ahead and take a look at the 4-hourly on this one, it looked like some sort of reversal is going to go ahead and happen. Obviously, because this is a strong area of resistance, we could go ahead and dump down to a fake out, so I'd be very, very careful still. For me personally, in order to go ahead and enter bonk for a position for long, I would like to go ahead and wait for this thing to go ahead and break above this area of resistance right here, which could go ahead and be, we could go ahead and say 6692, right? Because you could go ahead and enter right now, but you kind of have a high risk of getting rejected right here and coming back down. I mean, we also see volume kind of decreasing. It is Friday. Usually, you know, Friday and the weekends usually aren't too bullish when it comes to, you know, picking up on volume depending on the day. Some people just don't want to trade weekends. Other people just want to relax and want to call it a day. So that's kind of the reason why I would be kind of, you know, I would just wait, and that's kind of the reason why I'm also waiting on PEPE 2. But if you do go ahead and see a break above, you know, the 6955 on bonk, I do think that this could go ahead and approach the levels of the 95 and above, and you actually go ahead and measure that from, if you enter that position, that's about a 30% pump. But with leverage, dude, leverage trading this with 20x or something like that, what, the 30 to 40% pump, it's freaking ridiculous, right? And that's only from short term, because you're talking about possibility that if this does confirm for a breakout, and it is a cup and handle pattern, you're talking about anywhere between 100 to 200% pump, which is freaking insane if you're using leverage, right? So, and talking about leverage, always go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC, and literally takes less than 3 seconds to create an account. This is one of my preferred platforms when it comes to leverage trading. I am working on a few other platforms right now to go ahead and get us some pretty good deals for all of you that trade or want to go ahead and try out trading. As you can go ahead and see, this is a platform that I constantly go ahead and trade on and use. Right now it looks like it's lagging, so I can't go ahead and show you that, but we're going to go ahead and analyze and see how PEPE 2 is doing on that to go ahead and possibly add more to our position. But yeah, so far so good in my opinion. Natural selector, I made an entry as 5200, still holding for the next leg up. Me too, bro. Natural selector, I'm the same, man. I'm the same. Cams, what the fuck is PEPE community? Dude, I'm telling you, man, when it comes to a lot of these meme tokens, they make some crazy ass freaking shit. PEPE community is a PEPE community. As the word says, PEPE community, that's exactly what it is. I know it's funny, bro. A lot of these tokens make no fucking shit, make no sense, sorry, make no fucking sense. It could be freaking shitcoin emu for all we know, right? And we'll be talking about how it's gonna freaking go to the moon and all this shit. It's quite ridiculous, man. You can't make none of this shit up, really. Do you think Turbo has found support? Let's go ahead and look into Turbo right now. Glenn says, "Thanks for checking it out. Most people don't like to look at the meme coins." Yeah, man. I mean, that's how meme coins are. You know, a lot of people talk shit about, oh, you're a meme coin trader. Oh, you do meme coins. Like, they look at you differently, man. And it's already happened to me mostly, especially more being as a content creator, that a lot of other influencers don't want to go ahead and take me serious because I'm not a real trader. But I don't give a fuck, man. Honestly, I know what I'm capable of doing. I know who I am. I know the capability of what I know how to do. So I really don't care what other people think. And the reason why I love meme coins is because meme coins really have the story of turning you to like rags to riches, right? You could go ahead and make thousands of dollars and literally change your life trading shit coins if you understand the risk to reward and understand a little bit of TA and understand how to capture trends early on. It's not something that you hit it big all the time, but I mean, look at this, man. I turned $120 or $150 into $15,000 leverage trading shit coins. Most actual traders won't even be able to do that. They probably capture only like $300 a day or $1,000 a day. Well, we did that within like a short time frame, right? So that's what I love about shitcoins is the ability to literally change your life if you understand the way they move, if you don't marry the community, if you don't do any of this nonsense that, you know, the reason why shitcoins have a bad name. But if you know how to look at these indicators early on and understand how hype moves, how trend moves, dude, you can make a boatload of money. So yeah, man, I completely understand what you mean by that. We're gonna go ahead and look at Turbo right now. Look at Pegtega. LOL, bought in at 300k. Pegtega. You can't make that shit up, man. It's fucking hilarious. We're gonna go ahead and look into that. Kamizi, John, are you holding any large caps by any chance? I was holding Bitcoin Cash, bro. I was holding Bitcoin Cash, but then I sold my position, and I'm looking to go ahead and re-enter on Bitcoin Cash right now. But mostly right now I'm just trading, man. I'm assuming you're brand new to the channel, so I hope you smash that subscribe button. But I don't hold on to any large caps right now at the moment because I got really wrecked last bull run. I lost all my money. So right now I'm starting all over from scratch, rebuilding my portfolio. I lost about like a good amount of money, right, last bull run. So that's kind of the reason why I don't like to hold a lot of these shit coins anymore or altcoins. It's because I've gotten wrecked so many freaking times, and for that reason I just rather trade them. And I used to be the one that, you know, used to have this mentality of long-term investing, but reality, crypto is so freaking volatile that even one of the top altcoins, because of regulation, could really go ahead and destroy your portfolio if anything really does happen because of regulation still being alive. So for that reason, I would rather just go ahead and you know, just trade shit coins. I believe, I'm a strong believer in Bitcoin Cash. I would definitely go ahead and jump into that. Bitcoin, yeah, definitely I would buy some of that. But right now I'm just trading this market. I think this market still has a lot more room to crash, in my opinion. And for that reason, I'm not really holding on to any, you know, big cap coins. Hey, Jonathan. I'm trading with Dork. Yeah, Dork looks like it's doing pretty good, man. Kazi, I'm sure I'm only just now getting into the small caps like memes. Yeah, man, I like the memes because there's some more volatility and more money to be made with a lower risk, right? Like, for example, like me, like I was saying, like these last couple of days I got wrecked. Last couple of weeks I lost a freaking good amount of money. I lost freaking on Ethereum, which is a rug pool. I got into a good amount of rug pools. Probably got scammed like 5 times into these rug pools. And then I just went back to the basics. I'm like, you know what, dude, I'm freaking done trading these shit coins that are complete scams, or it's pretty much a gamble. It's a coin flip. Coin flip and hope you don't get freaking rug pulled, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and trade these meme coins that already have been somewhat established and look for trends or opportunities that I could find. And then that's when I was holding on to PEPE 2. And I understand the power of meme coins, and I always had a love for meme coins. As you could go ahead and see in the channel, I mostly talk about shit coins. And that's because of the opportunity that actually provides to a lot of people. You know, not everybody's riding around with $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 cash in order to go ahead and trade Bitcoin, right? With 20x leverage. Not many people know how to utilize that. Most shitcoin traders are people that are just entering the space, and that's the way they go ahead and start making money, right? Obviously the wrong way. So my goal is to go ahead and really educate those that love the shitcoins just like myself, and kind of like provide the insight of what you could go ahead and do and what you can't do or shouldn't do when it comes to trading shitcoins. Obviously none of it is financial advice, but it's definitely more of a learning experience. So like most of the things that I say, it's because I've been through it myself. And I could go ahead and tell you there's been multiple times where, where shitcoins have made me a lot of money, but I've also never took profits because I got brainwashed into this cult mentality when it comes to all these other influencers. They tell you to go ahead and diamond hand forever, never sell your bag. And, I've been into that point right now in my life where after I lost everything, I'm rewiring my brain to go ahead and do the proper way of trading, right? So that's kind of the reason why I love these shitcoins. I couldn't find Pagetta myself, but I found Vegeta Inu. Vegeta Inu sounds like a freaking coin, bro. Get in, get out, basically here for a good time, not for a long time. Yeah, pretty much, man. Just enjoy life. You know what I mean? Just in and out, make your nut, and you're out, dude. That's really what I look at these meme coins. The problem is, man, these meme coins are literally cults, man. They're literally cults. Like PEPE community, those are cults. Like all these meme tokens are literally cults, and they have cult leaders, bro. And these people will literally shit on you if you talk anything bad about these communities, and they will look at you differently, and they would hate you because you're not saying how we're gonna moon and how we're gonna hit $20 and Lambo time. And they hate that, bro, because they're in a cult, bro. That's what people don't understand. They're like literally so brainwashed by these freaking developers that they believe anything that comes out of their mouth. See, I used to be one of those people because I got in early on meme tokens, made some money, but then I fell into this cult mentality of like to the moon bullshit. And for that reason, because I've gotten wrecked so many times, now I have this different approach that I don't care. I'm like, dude, F the developers, F the team. 9 out of 10, it's going to be a scam. It's just a matter of when they pull the rug, and it's not a if are they going to go ahead and scam us. It's a matter of when. and Ethereum kind of cut the line through me on that one. Ethereum, I never listened to Ethereum. I was already sketched out, but these motherfuckers really had a time and date. You can't make none of this shit up. To go ahead and show us what the sequel was, which is a fucking biggest scam with a timestamp to it. Like, who the fuck in the right mind does that? You know what I mean? Like, you can't make any of this shit up. So that to me was like the last little straw of hope that I had for cryptocurrencies, especially anything that's related to pre-sale tokens. I feel like they're the biggest freaking scams, and you're more than destined to go ahead and get wrecked. But dude, there's money to be made. You just have to understand these markets. And meme tokens, it's a whole different ballgame. You have to understand how the psychology of people really work when it comes to these tokens. Like when you start, seeing FOMO kick in. Like, you can say this with a lot of other like Bitcoin or other assets, but meme tokens, bro, they have your vibes. And if you've been in the meme token space for a while, you understand what I mean. Like, you know when a token's gonna pump. Like, you just have a feeling. You know how to analyze it. You understand it. You know what's gonna drive attention to it. You know the story behind it, the psychological story behind it, to go ahead and gravitate and push the project up higher, right? And that's what PEPE 2.0 had. PEPE 2.0 had pretty much all the checklists enabled, and that's why we started investing and talking a lot more about it at 2 million market cap. And that's the reason why we've been able to ride the wave all the way up to 35 million market cap, and hopefully once again ride it all the way up to 100 million, right? Because we understand the sentiment of how people are. But these are freaking cults, bro, and people will literally go berserk on you if you say one negative thing about them. And that's kind of like what I say about my channel. I'm like, hey guys, look, meme tokens are amazing. You can make a lot of money. The goal is to make a lot of money here, move your money into real assets such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, which those are even risky in my opinion as well. Or you can go ahead and buy real life, assets, gold and silver, real estate. The goal is for you to make your money. If you're really broke, if you don't have the kind of money to go ahead and throw, $20, $30, $50,000 into projects, and you want to make a quick nut, or you want to make a quick little dinner date, or whatever the case is, get a nice little car for a couple grand. Meme tokens are the way to do it. They are gambles, but they have a high reward, and that's why I love meme tokens. PT Tim is, what the fuck is PEPE community? I can answer that question for you all. There, you have Tim. Tim just came up at the right time, man. Shout out to Tim. He's a huge PEPE community supporter, so maybe he could go ahead and tell you a little bit about that. But yeah, man, basically, Pagetta address. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and look at Pagetta right now. Kamonis, you're spot on, bro. I first got into the space in 2021. I married the back to the top. I hodled it all the way down again, then lost 70K. Now I don't give a fuck about fundamentals, just here for the gains. Exactly, man. I was the same, dude. I made a lot of money too during the last bull run, and I lost it all because of to the moon community driven project. Lambos, yes. We're gonna go ahead and hold hands and freaking sing Kumbaya together, dude. Crypto is a 1 versus 1 player. I always tell people this. The person that's winning on one end is going to lose on the other one, and vice versa, right? You don't want to go ahead and go in with that mentality. But let me go ahead and run to the restroom real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and run real quick. I'll be right back. I can't hold it in anymore. Ready, Freddy. Sorry about that. I had to run to the restroom real quick, dude. Drinking a lot of freaking water. Look at this whole entire gallon I'm drinking. You guys got to go ahead and start getting hydrated. But check this out. Check this out. This is where the whole entire thing is going to go ahead and trip out a lot of people, right? And a lot of people don't kind of like this. Hold on, give me 1 second. But check this out. Check this out. This is what I want to go ahead and talk about and really be honest with all of you, right? Because I've been honest and transparent from the beginning. I've always been, and that's one of the biggest things that I've been telling a lot of people. And the only reason why I say it is because I'm basically talking to myself too, right? You know how I'm pretty big, as I always tell a lot of people, and a lot of you. Have a good one. Back to work for me. Peace. Later, bro. Take care, man. One of the biggest things that I always tell all of you is take profits. That's what I was going to say. Take profits. You want to go ahead and take profits because we never know what the top or the bottom is when it comes to a lot of these projects, right? Let's go ahead and analyze Turbo right now. I'm looking for anything that kind of catches my interest on Turbo. So I usually, when I'm looking for an entry point, I like to go ahead and start off with the bigger time frames first. Like, let's say we'll start off with the 4 hourly, right? It looks like we might be having some sort of reversal right here. We're also seeing the RSI cross to the upside. Then we're going to go ahead and switch over to the 1 hourly, and I'm going to go ahead and see how it's doing. It looks like it's doing some sort of consolidation. It looks like we could go ahead and possibly even break back down to the 13.9. Now let's go ahead and switch over to the 30-minute chart, right? With the 30-minute chart, we are seeing a little bit more consolidation. RSI is probably about to squeeze, and we do see there's a resistance around the 1732, right? Now I would go ahead and switch over to the 15-minute chart. Same thing, a little bit of consolidation. We start seeing the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart looks like it's at a very critical area of resistance. So this is how I start off for my technical analysis when it comes to looking for an entry. I start looking from the higher to the medium to the low to the lowest, and try to look for an entry point on the lowest scale. Right now, so far for me, Turbo, it hasn't really given me any indicators for me personally that this is going to go ahead and trend up. If anything, is going to give me a mixed signal of this could potentially possibly go down. You could go ahead and take on the risk of entering right now, but for me personally, if I was to go ahead and enter a risk on Turbo, I would go ahead and be looking at least, I would like to go ahead and see a break above and hold around this zone right here. Hold on. Right here, which is around 17. So at least for me personally, I would like to go ahead and see a break above this area right here, and now have this be the new support, because what I think could also go ahead and happen, let's say if it does go ahead and trend back up, we could go ahead and potentially get rejected right here, causing this thing to go ahead and go down. Because if you kind of zoom out, it kind of almost looks like a major head and shoulders pattern. And usually, you know how bearish head and shoulders patterns are. So like if this is a bearish head and shoulders pattern, this is definitely going to go ahead and possibly dump down to the 10 area, and then down below to the 7. Obviously, it's not always the case. It could be a fake out, but it is. I don't know why, but it looks like I just hasn't given me enough information to tell me that this is going to for sure break through this resistance. It looks like it's struggling right now to even pick up, and if it does pick up, I do think this might be a short position possibly. officially. Right now, I wouldn't want to short the market because of how bullish the market is right now. So for me personally, I'm staying away from shorting. But you could go ahead and short if that's what you're looking for. Right now, I'm not looking to short just because of how bullish everything, the sentiment of the market is. I would rather just go ahead and ride the wave of bullish momentum and then just wait for entries. But if you are looking to go ahead and short, that could be a potential possibility. But Turbo, to me, I just wouldn't jump into it yet. I need to go ahead and get a full-on confirmation for me to feel a little bit more bullish. I mean, even though the daily looks pretty good, and it does look possibly, as always, possible head and shoulders, cup and handle pattern forming, and you see that breakout. So as you saw right there, this would be, the zone that would be good to jump into around the 1592. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, but if we do go ahead and see it consolidated around this phase, we are more than safe to go ahead and say that Turbo could go ahead and approach the levels of 2952, which if you actually go ahead and measure it from this zone right here, that's about an 85% pump, which is not too crazy if you're trading this on a decentralized market. But if you're trading this on freaking leverage and on using some insane kind of leverage, that 95% pump is freaking insane if you're using 10 to 20x leverage, right? So for me, Turbo, I wouldn't jump in just yet. Maybe you might want to go ahead and jump into it. I mean, it's giving me definitely neutral signs. If you want to go ahead and jump into it because you really want to get an entry, I would say really focus on breaking above the 1713 area, and then this could go ahead and indicate that we'll go ahead and retest the 20 area zone again, and then finally get that breakout to the upside. But if you want to go ahead and get a full on, if you want to be a little risky, then I would take this trade right here. Obviously a higher little risk, more reward. But if you want to go ahead and take a full on like confirmation of this being back on an uptrend, I would go ahead and wait for it to break this resistance at 2003. Obviously it's all solely my opinion, not financial advice. Glances and shorts get bought up quick in the bull market. If you don't have your TP set, you're going to go ahead and make much. Yeah, 100%. I feel like I was shorting at a time. What I was trying to say, when it was Pepe, when I ended up making some gains on Pepe long, I tried shorting it down, dude, and I got wrecked instantly like this. And I reminded myself, like, dude, this is not a time to short. You're going to go ahead and get wrecked. Like, yeah, you might be good on your short, but because we do have bullish momentum in the market, Bitcoin's doing pretty good, the DXY is doing freaking good, everything's aligning perfectly. Can you make money shorting right now? Yeah, 100%. There's other people that are really good at shorting. For me personally, I'm probably like the worst person to short. I've made money shorting, but I think I'm probably the worst person when it comes to shorting. But with that being said, in my opinion, especially meme tokens right now, you're going to have a higher chance getting freaking wrecked shorting because of all the bullishness in the market, all the momentum. You're having all the newbie traders coming in right now that only see Pepe pumping. You think they're going to go ahead and sit here and analyze the charts with us? You know what I mean? Do you think they're going to go ahead and understand how the DXY works? No, they're going to go ahead and see Pepe pumping, and they're going to go ahead and see people making all this money, and they're going to be like, dude, I want to do the same thing. I want to buy now. And they're going to buy in at whatever price. They don't care. And shorts, that's why get liquidated. This is the reason why when we were talking about Pepe 2, we talked about certain areas and certain zones to keep our eyes out on, because we knew that as soon as they hit those zones, guess what was going to happen? FOMO was going to kick in. This is the reason why I mentioned trading is all about psychology. It's not about freaking reading patterns. It's not about being the best. Dude, I wouldn't even say I'm the freaking best trader. I just think I understand how I think I just understand psychology a little bit more. I understand people. I think that's the reason why I could go ahead and say I capitalize on these markets pretty well, because I understand this. I understand people. I talk to people. I'm a very people kind of person orientated, right? So I understand how trends move. I understand how the cycles move. I understand that more because I understand how the human brain works a little bit more than someone that is just looking based on just technical analysis. And it's just not technical analysis. Technical analysis with these chart patterns also revolve with psychology, right? And that's the reason why I mentioned this with Pepe 2 and why I've been so bullish on Pepe 2 since the beginning. I mentioned that as soon as we broke this zone right here, I said this on the stream yesterday too, or 2 days ago. I don't even remember what stream it was. But I said, chat, as soon as we break above this area right here around the 40, This is where FOMO is going to freaking kick in. Shorts are going to go ahead and get liquidated. We could literally just pump forever, or maybe this might be the top, but trust me, this is where FOMO is going to begin to kick in. And guess what happened? I've been seeing FOMO all around PEPE 2. You know how I know? Because if you go ahead and look at DEX tools, all the projects that were destined to go ahead and pump are no longer pumping. You know why? Because people moved all their money from these projects and they put it into PEPE 2. They moved their money from PEPE Original. They moved their money from Wojak. They probably moved their money from Bobo. They're taking all their profits, all their losses, and they're moving it into PEPE 2. Why? Because PEPE 2 right now is being the talk in town. And that's going to go ahead and cause a lot of these meme tokens to lose momentum, lose volume, to go ahead and get into the next shiny object that's making new all-time highs. And I'd said that this was going to happen around this area. And the next area we need to focus on with PEPE 2 is going to be the 40 million market cap. I think 40 million market cap is a very psychological number for a lot of investors and traders to go ahead and look at. So if we go ahead and get rejected on 40 million market cap, that's going to be our very strong area of resistance, and that's going to be maybe our top of the market. Maybe only PEPE 2.0 hits 40 million market cap and it's done. I don't know. But if we do go ahead and break above 40 million market cap with no problem, like we broke through this one right here, dude, like we literally pumped. If you go ahead and measure this pump from here to here, look at that. That was a 200% pump, probably even a 300% pump on MEXC and other exchanges. It's not life-changing money, but when you're using leverage, once again, the gains were insane. So in my opinion, as soon as we go ahead and enter the 40 million market cap, I think that area is going to be a very strong area of resistance for us to focus. And once we break 40 million market cap, we are off to the freaking races. We're going to go ahead and surpass and hit 100 million market cap. And you know how I am. I'm not, the biggest, bull when it comes to a lot of this shit. I try to stay neutral. I don't believe in any of this bullshit of diamond handings, the community, all this shit. I really don't care, man. I'm here to just capitalize on trend. And as soon as PEPE 2.0's trend is dead, I'm going to go ahead and short it. That's just the reality here. I'm a trader. I'm here to make money. I don't care where the project freaking goes. I really don't care, and neither should you, because most of these developers only care about themselves, right? They're pumping this market because they want to make money. I mean, look at this volume they're bringing in. $3 million in volume, 24-hour volume, and they're charging about 1% buy and sell tax. So these guys are making freaking bank. And that's not even including if they have any back-end tokens on the side where they're selling the tokens. And I told a lot of you how I saw very shady activity going on in PEPE 2.0. I told you how I saw manipulation in the market. I told you how I saw that they were artificially pumping the market. I told you how if we were to break certain areas, shorts were going to go ahead and get liquidated, FOMO was going to go ahead and kick in, and new holders will go ahead and come in. I mean, look at this. We were at 11,000 holders, now 12,000.30 holders. So if we break $40,000 like nothing, we will go ahead and hit 100 million market cap. But until then, we need to focus at 40 million market cap. We need to focus on the basics, focus on levels to levels to levels. Then we could talk about 1 billion. Then we could talk about 300 million market cap. Is it possible? I think it's really possible. But in order for us to go ahead and surpass 100 million market cap and above and approach the 1 billion market cap, we need to go ahead and get a boatload of more holders. We need to go ahead and get more holders that believe in the community, holders that want to go ahead and diamond bag forever, never sell their coin, and that's going to go ahead and cause the market to pump. That's really what's going to happen. And we need more of those people. We need someone to come out here with this cult mentality and start running this PEPE 2.0 cult and tell everybody to diamond bag forever. And that's really the only way I think we're going to be able to hit 1 billion market cap. And I'm definitely not going to be the one starting that cult and telling you to diamond bag forever, because that's not going to be me. I'll pass on that opportunity. But if anybody wants to become the next leader, I'll definitely go ahead and tune into your channel and show some love and support. But yeah, we need someone like that. We need some sort of face or influencer to go ahead and pump this market up. The developer is really good at hyping this market up, so I really do hope that the developer starts coming in at around 40 million market cap or something. Dude, if he comes in, his speeches literally freaking pump the market, bro. Like it's freaking ridiculous. You can't make any of this shit up. So I really do hope the developer shows up one more time, or whatever the case is. We need to go ahead and have that face. I mean, look at Dork, dude. Dork is freaking pumping. Congrats on Dork. Damn, dude. Shout out to Dork. All of you are making a boatload of money on that. Johnny says, dog, I could have made a bag if I got in yesterday. No, you wouldn't have, bro. You would have lost your money. PEPE 2.0 literally dumped like 50%. If you would have got in yesterday when you were trying to get in, when I told you not to get in, which, good thing I told you not to jump into PEPE, you would have gotten wrecked, bro. This thing dumped over like 50 to 60%. So you should be glad that you didn't jump into it. Timothy Jones, how's it going, man? Hi, I'm new to meme coins. I just got into PEPE 2 and I saw it pump earlier this week, but it looks very suspicious the way it pumped. It is logical to say it's being manipulated by the devs. Yeah, I thought something was up. It was when TI went from 0.5 to 0.9. Hey, Timothy. Yeah, we've been talking about PEPE 2 for a while, a little bit over 6 months. And I did mention that PEPE 2.0 was being manipulated by the devs, in my opinion. I've been saying this for the longest. You can even go back to all my videos. One of the videos I've talked about how I've noticed that PEPE 2.0 was being manipulated. It was being artificially pumped. All of this action that we're seeing right now is being 100% manipulated. There's this wallet address right here, 5819, that actually buys and sells every top and bottom. So every time it starts at the top, it starts selling the token, starts dumping, causing the market to dump, and then rebuying at the top and bottom. So it's literally trading the top and bottom, artificially creating volume. And I called this out since 2 million market cap. I told everybody, PEPE 2.0 is being artificially manipulated. It's being artificially pumped by, more than likely, the developers. Be on the lookout. This thing's gonna pump. And I called it out at 2 million market cap. And ever since that, it's been pumping because the devs have been artificially pumping the market. They've been creating fake volume to make it seem like PEPE 2.0 is going in, which has then caused shorts to go ahead and get liquidated, get wrecked out of their position, which then, as the market's going up, people like myself and other people start to talk about it and start making money. I made a little bit over $15,000 with PEPE 2.0 since 2 million market cap, and I've only had I started with $120, right, or 150 leverage trading. This is my portfolio right now. What happened since I called it out at 2 million? I told everybody this thing was going to go ahead and create a short squeeze, kind of like what happened with AMC and GameStop, causing the market to pump. Right now we have, I told everybody a few days ago, as soon as we hit 45, a lot of FOMO will kick in. A lot of new holders will come into the market, artificially pumping the market even higher, having PEPE 2.0 to hit possibly 100 million market cap once again. So all of this has been artificially pumped. This is, I think, in my opinion, being done by the team. They've been artificially pumping the market, I think, in my opinion. As I told you, I've noticed this wallet 5819 that literally pumps and dumps every time. Yesterday, we were at 35 million market cap, and we dumped as low as 23 million market cap. So literally $15 million vanished out of the equation. And we dropped about 60%. So PEPE 2.0 literally dropped anywhere between 50 to 60%, which is normal when it comes to a meme token, right? We've seen this happen over and over and over again. But yes, PEPE 2.0 is being artificially pumped. So are a lot of these other meme tokens are being artificially pumped and dumped. This is what developers do. A lot of people don't understand this, and because they don't understand this, they don't know what to look for. But anytime you're looking on DEX tools and you see this little yellow check mark that tells you it's a bot, it tells you exactly what it is. It's a bot, right, that buys and sells. And this one right here has been a 5819 that I tried looking into it, but it's a private transaction, so it doesn't tell you what's going on with the transaction. And then another project supposedly called out, which is called Megabot, which I think Megabot's another bullshit scam itself. They ended up calling out PEPE 2. Just so happened they called it out when it was pumping, but they've called out PEPE 2 in the past, literally about what I was saying, and I didn't even know any of this until I was like, okay, and then I guess I'm not too crazy, because I guess there's proof to what I just freaking said. But if you actually go all the way back right here with Megabot, and I'm not here to FUD anybody, I've told everybody from the beginning that, you know, PEPE 2 had some artificial volume being picked up, and it was looking very sketchy, but I said, we're gonna go ahead and make some money here. And look at this right here, and it tells you right here, this is what it tells you right here. One of the biggest monsters in crypto jungle that slowly drained more than $10 million in 100 days, and every trend of numerous scam projects tied to the wave. 3 months ago, we had PEPE trend. All the crypto meme coins investors were hyped about the new frog project. PEPE changed the lives of many scammers. They use the fake story of a guy turning $25 into $1 million through PEPE to lure new investors or victims, especially newbies who join the crypto space. We have seen many scam projects like PEPE Community, WPEPE, and Ship PEPE, the most dangerous of them being PEPE 2, supposedly. We observed the phases of the slow rug, where it happened from June 31st to July 4th. The second phase is no longer continue from July 8th to October 15th. We are now facing the last phase of a slow rug after 8 months. Once the lockdown time for liquidity ends, the project will die forever. Of course, it will continue to drain people by posting silly frog memes, pictures, and fake promises like we will soon reverse. By checking PEPE 2.0 contract deployer address, we find that high amounts of PEPE 2.0 tokens have been sent to multiple addresses. The developer using Unibot to hide sell transactions on the DEX and drain them slowly. PEPE 2.0 addresses are also linked to numerous scam projects and honeypots. Dev address, and actually I looked at it and there was a few, and this one right here. PEPE 2.0's developer deployer address is connected to many scam projects: Mumu, Refund 2.0, Shibariums, AOC, PEPE Moon, and over 11 other honeypots or slow rugs developed over the last year. The address is also involved in transactions through fixed float mixed money that's hard to track from unknown sources, probably part of the PEPE 2.0 draining scheme, and it gives you all the address. This is one of the hundreds of addresses used to rug PEPE 2.0 by receiving PEPE from PEPE 2.0 devs, selling a portion, and sending the rest to multiple wallets. Supposedly, this is the bullshit scam that they're pulling. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, we saw this literally pump all the way to 95 million market cap in literally 7 days. I think it was like 1 week, like probably the most it ever pumped so quick. And then look at this thing now pumping back again. So we are looking to go ahead and pump back again. As I mentioned, if this is the team with the 5819 freaking address buying and selling, they're making bank freaking pretty much doing an arbitrage where they're buying at the low, selling at the top while the market's picking up volume. They're also making 2% off volume on their wallet, which is about 2.79 million that they're bringing in a day, $279 million a day, and you do 2% of volume off of that, right? Then you also have to go ahead and look. If you look into Telegram, it looks really fishy in my opinion. We were at 13,000 holders at its all-time high that I remember, went down to 11,000 holders and literally, you know, stayed there. It's either, you know, they really are, this is a full-on like manipulation scam just to go ahead and pick up volume and push for the liquidity unlocked. Liquidity does get unlocked in about a month. 6% of the tokens will go ahead and get unlocked in 1 month. The remaining of the liquidity will be unlocked for 7 months. So for that reason, we are just trading PEPE 2.0. You have to be very, very cautious. I think with every token, I don't like bag holding anymore because I've gotten scammed so many times. But this token unlocks about 6% of his liquidity in about a month. Think about it. If you were a scammer, you know, creating a coin like this, would you really want to go ahead and let all this money go to waste? Or will you go ahead and do whatever it takes to pump the market, make money on the back end off the volume with the 2% every day, plus then you get the tokens to go unlock, and then you just pull the rug fully, and now you're cashing out $20-30 million. I mean, look at this market cap, $27.29 million. When the volume begins to pick up and it starts bringing in about $30 million a day, which they will in volume, trust me, they're going to go ahead and be racking up a little bit over $8 to $10 million a day. And then if liquidity unlocks, they could go ahead and pull the rug at 100 million if they want to. And now they cashed out $100 million plus 2% of buy and sell tax plus the buy and sell with the bot that they're using. I don't know. Maybe I'm just freaking crazy and this shit's never going to happen. But regardless of the fact, I'm going to be the one that told you all this information. And if anything ever happens, I don't want to hear any of this shit coming from any one of you telling me, oh, dude, you're a scammer. You're promoting a scam. No, bro. I told you exactly what I was looking at, the reason why I bought, and the reason why I'm bullish. I'm bullish because this shit's being manipulated. And I'm riding the wave. That's all I'm doing, and I'm looking for entry points. So for that reason, you know, just be very careful. And this goes with every other freaking meme token, all right? I mean, look, we're seeing the 5819 address right now buy. Look at this. $1,400, $1,400, $1,400 back to back. A little bit almost $6,000 right here bought live. So like, and then you see another wallet right here, another $1,400 right here, like a little bit over $8,000 in the last couple minutes bought. So it just tells you what I'm telling you. It's kind of, something's going on. I don't know. Let me go ahead and read the questions, dog. Did I say dog? I was reading a comment. I saw the word dog, and I said, I'm gonna read the questions, dog. Let me read the questions real quick. My money got transferred to Coinbase today. Went through, so you can help me while we're on vacation. Yes, working on vacation. Only us, bro. 100%. Timothy Jones says, "I see. Thank you for the information." Yeah, I appreciate you, man. You know, as long as you're aware of what's going on in the market, I think you can go ahead and capitalize off of this. 99% of these tokens are scams. There's a lot of money to be made, but I just don't want any of you to go ahead and fall into the scam of like diamond bagging your project forever. Community driven, this bullshit. The developer said he's going to go ahead and launch in Mars. Like, you don't want to listen to none of this bullshit, because we don't know at the end of the day who's really running and what their goal is, right? But I want to go ahead and stay neutral here. I'm here to make money. That's really all I care about. I don't care who pumps what project. I don't care what the project's called. For all I care, the project could be called Shitcoin Inu, and you'll hear me talking about it if there's money to be made. That's really the reality of my mentality and a lot of people's mentality when they're jumping into these meme tokens. The people that really make money, going with the mentality that I just told you, they don't care about any of this bullshit. They don't care about community driven this. They don't care about none of this. They're here to make their quick money. They're in and they're out, and they're putting their money into real assets, real estate, development, gold and silver, cars, jewelry. They're doing all that stuff. While in the meanwhile, everybody that believes this bullshit, you know, talk about community are getting freaking getting hit in the back end real hard, and you're being exit liquidity. And I used to be one of those being exit liquidity, not no more, right? PT Tim says, I won't get in the long history of Pepe, but the idea is to uphold the creator Matt for his vision for Pepe, support him in taking back Pepe as a symbol of positivity like they originally intended. Yeah, so you don't even know what the story is on Pepe. Timothy says, it's a shame because I would love to see 1 billion market cap like the other Pepe coin. I think it's a possible, Tim. I think it's a possibility that we could go ahead and see 1 billion market cap. But like literally what I just told you, what's going on with Pepe 2.0, the same thing is going on with original Pepe. Original Pepe did the same thing. They artificially pumped the market. From what I heard, they airdrop tokens to go ahead and create more interest. And that's why Pepe ended up dumping so much, because pretty much the developer pulled the rug himself. That's what I understood, and that's what I heard Pepe did. This is the reason why Pepe has dumped so much as well. Original Pepe has dumped a little bit over 70 to 85%, and that's because the team is doing the same exact thing. They're using this artificial pump. They artificially pumped Pepe to go ahead and create this hype, and they did all of this. This literally is a thing that goes on in this space where they artificially pump the market, and they get influencers and people to go ahead and talk about it to go ahead and be exit liquidity for the other people. Does that mean that Pepe is originally dead forever? No, it means it could still go ahead and thrive and run on its own, but most of the projects that get hyped like this is because of the fact that they artificially pump the market. And Pepe, original Pepe, is doing the same exact thing. They're artificially pumping the market. They were artificially pumping the market since around this zone right here. That's why we had that massive pump to the upside. So a lot of these big tokens are doing it. The only difference is that a lot of influencers or people are not questioning any of this. And this is the reason why I say you should question everything and everyone. I'm not saying not to believe or trust anybody. I'm just saying to be skeptical with your hand out and hear the person out, whatever they have to say, but be skeptical about what they're saying, and ask yourself, why is this person telling me this, right? Why should I go ahead and buy? Am I going to be exit liquidity for this person? You have to be very, very careful in this space and who you listen to, because it's really, really important. But Pepe Original is doing the same thing. A lot of these tokens do the same thing. They artificially pump the market in order to go ahead and create volume, in order to create interest. That's what they do. It's been going on for a while. Just that most people are very, very clueless and don't understand any of that. A Natural Selector says, do you think Pepe 2.0 are using the 1% for buybacks? I don't think so, man. I think they're using the 1% for marketing and for the team to go ahead and for them to go ahead and pretty much lift off that money. That's really what the 1% is going for. It's going for marketing, which they haven't even spent money on marketing that we know yet. But I think that the 2%, it's being pocketed for their own expenses and for the team. Bro, it could be huge holders pulling out and fixing the market. Timothy says, just be safe, everybody. It's a good opportunity, but just be careful. Yeah, 100%. What's up, Tillery? Long time no see, bro. Haven't seen him in a while, bro. How you been? Congratulations on Vegas Inu, man. I've seen the new website and everything. We're gonna go ahead and check that out. They also got a shout out from My Crypto Journey, which is another pretty big influencer in the space. Yo, Billy, how's it going, my guy? Just hopped off a stream. How you doing, bro? Doing pretty good, man. Looking to go ahead and jump into more entries into PEPE 2.0, hopefully, and looking to go ahead and enter another trade on this other project called Bonk, which I might be entering very soon. But there's this other one called PEPE Community that looks pretty good too. So right now I'm just analyzing the market, looking to go ahead and see if there's any other projects to go ahead and deploy our money on. But it is Friday. Most people usually don't. I'm actually surprised we have quite a bit of people today. So congratulations for all of you coming in here today on a Friday. Mostly Fridays are really dry for us. You know, that's why I don't like to stream too much on Fridays. Really slow days. But we stream 7 days a week. We don't care. I literally streamed twice yesterday. Some of you saw me twice yesterday, even maybe 3 times. You're watching me now, because when I streamed earlier it was probably your morning, right? And now maybe right now is your afternoon or your nighttime now. So many of you have seen me multiple times today. So I really do appreciate all of you tuning in right here today. Weekends are usually kind of slow when it comes to trading. Some people don't want to trade during the weekend, hold on to their positions, but PEPE Original looks like it's going to have also another breakout, so we're going to go ahead and talk about that right now. Let me go ahead and finish reading the comments real quick. Timothy Jones says, very good information. There's a lot I didn't know about the project, but it makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, 100%, man, Tim. That's what a lot of people ask. They're like, why is PEPE 2.0 pumping? What are the news? Why? There's really no reason for it to pump besides the fact that developers wanted to go ahead and push the project. And with that being said, they're pushing the project. And I just do want to go ahead and give all of you a perspective that this goes on in this market of crypto constantly, artificially pumping their tokens to make it seem like they're more valuable than what they really are. And there's a reason why there's been a lot of, they're trying to push for regulation. A lot of it is because maybe there's a lot of tokens that shouldn't even be worth what they should be, right? They say there's $20 million in volume, but how do we really verify that? Maybe there are multiple 20,000 wallets with $1 million in, artificially pumping the wallets back and forth, which creates volume, which creates fake scarcity. And this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand and ever think about it. But this has been going on in this space for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes in the stock market as well too. But this goes constantly in this space. And that's why we see some things that are super trendy. You're like, dude, how did it trend from 2 million market cap to 20 million market cap? Because it was a chosen token, right? And the whales really control this market. This is the reason why I say decentralized crypto. Yeah, right. Crypto is not decentralized, bro. It's super centralized, and it's one of these games that are being played with the people that have the most money, have the most control. It's always been that way, but with crypto is a lot easier because there's more new projects to come out with, right? If you have $20 million cash and you want to come up with your own meme token, you can literally come up with your own token being like the top freaking crypto token in the world, because you have the money to burn to go ahead and create the marketing scarcity, the artificial volume, which costs money. Doing all of this, right, costs a lot of money. And this is something that's been going on in this space for a while, but not that many people talk about it. Johnny says they're trying to establish a base. Yeah, 100%, man. They're trying to establish a base, 100%. Jonathan says Megabot is also a ticking bot. It must be Goku or John. 100%, bro. It's kind of funny because freaking Megabot supposedly called out all these scams, and they called out Ethereum like literally the day of that they called Ethereum. It literally scammed. It literally rug pulled. And I think they might have done this to go ahead and create some artificial trust. This is the reason why I'm telling you, you can't trust this space of crypto, dude. Like if you think you're entering a space of cryptos, like the most shadiest freaking space ever, bro, well, they'll do anything in their favor to go ahead and manipulate the price action of something or something to go ahead and happen. Megabot, for all we know, a lot of people are saying this, even Jonathan saying that himself. I thought the same thing. I think it might be Goku or freaking John who's writing Megabot, which, if all of you don't know, Goku and John are the creators of Ethereum, which did a freaking huge rug pull. They rug pulled over $20 million. They cashed out. They literally had a freaking day and a time to rug pull everybody. You can't make any of this shit up, dude. Like, they literally had a day on the calendar, which was called a sequel. And I would literally talk about it on my stream all the time. And I would say, hey, chat, I don't know what the fuck the sequel means. Maybe it's a day that we freaking get rug pulled, or maybe it's a day we moon forever and we change our lives. And I'll tell you this, it literally changed our lives because we got freaking rug pulled, dude, and the pool got liquidated over like freaking like over $30 million because it created like multiple projects back to back. And this is what Ethereum did. But I always warned people, I always said this from the beginning, this was being artificially pumped as well too. They ended up rugging right here. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to go ahead and be on point with Ethereum and take profits, because during this time I was at a Halloween party or something like that, and I wasn't looking at the markets. I was just taking a break. And I kind of got screwed. This is the reason why when you're trading, you have to be on the edge and you have to look at the market 24/7, dude. You can't take no breaks, especially have a trade open. Anything can go wrong in like a matter of minutes. And literally with Ethereum, I literally went downstairs, grabbed some water, took a fresh air for about 30 minutes, come back in, I'm getting ready to freaking live stream, and then I look at my portfolio down 95%, bro, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? And I actually live streamed all of my reaction live too. It's freaking insane, man. You can't make any of this shit up, and this is the reason why I'm telling you, you have to be very, very careful. You have to go in with the mindset. This was supposedly audited. Freaking MEXC, all these top exchanges got freaking scammed too, bro. They scammed everybody out of over $3 million for sure. It's probably even more, maybe even 10 or $30 million. But they did a lot, dude. And what I'm trying to tell you is you have to go in with the mindset that a lot of these projects, 99% of them are scams. They're going to go ahead and pull the rug. It's just a matter of when they're going to do that. And a lot of people are saying that Megabot is the creator of Ethereum. And what they're doing is that they're artificially right now trying to go ahead and create trust and credibility. So they're calling out all these projects, saying that their freaking bot is like the one that detects all these scams. And the thing is, with their bot, they're claiming that supposedly with her bot, you're going to be able to go ahead and make a certain amount of money trading with her bot. Supposedly that's what the news are, right? So I think what their goal is to go ahead and create trust. They're literally creating trust, bro, with money. And they're calling out all these projects. They called out Ethereum. Well, if they call out Ethereum and they own the project and they know when it's going to dump, they could go ahead and come back and say, I told you guys, I told you to sell. We gave you the warning ages ago. Right here, you see that? Or this is SafeMoon. But yeah, so I think they might be creating artificial trust, man. And what they're probably going to do is they're going to try to convince people to use their bot. And when they go ahead and use their bot, I think what's going to happen is they're going to go ahead and make everybody connect to their wallet, because you need to connect your wallet to it. I think it has to be RPC control or some shit like that, where they're going to now have access to all your freaking money. So like if you use your bot and they are the team from Ethereum, bro, they're going to go ahead and come up on so much more freaking money than they did on the last 4 scams, because now they're going to have access to your wallet. I'm not going to go ahead and use this bot. I just think it's really, really sketchy. I don't know, just showing some weird signs, and maybe they're not, you know, maybe it's on John and Goku, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it is, and they're artificially pumping all of this. This is the way you got to think when it's crypto, man. You have to go ahead and think like you're playing this kind of like strategy game where you want to believe the person, but you really don't want to believe the person. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the end of the day, you have to monitor people's actions, not their words. You have to go ahead and say, you have to go ahead and pay close attention to what their actions are more than what their words are, right? Fake promises are not really going to go ahead and create anything. If they're just promising a lot, maybe it's a huge red flag to go ahead and take a step back and really analyze the situation, the project, or the person. And that's what really happens a lot in this space. It created a lot of artificial freaking news, dude. And this thing, if you don't understand how this market moves, you're gonna get freaking wrecked. But if you're thinking like this, and the only way you think this way is if you've gotten wrecked in this market so many times. The only way you understand how this market moves is if you've gotten screwed and lost a lot of money, or you've learned from someone that has gone through these experiences and could go ahead and tell you what to go ahead and look for, right? So it's either one of those two ways. You either learn through pain or you learn through the pain of others. So you could either go ahead and decide to either learn from your own pain, which I've learned for multiple years. I've learned through a lot of my own personal pain to understand how these markets move, or you could go ahead and learn from my mistakes and my pain that I've learned from, and then when I talk about certain topics, understand and hopefully, you know, not go through that. But I'm sure a lot of you have gone through that shit yourself, so I'm sure a lot of you know what's going on. Bonk. Yeah, Bonk's a good one, man. Huh? Everyone's a criminal. Can't trust anyone in this space. 100%, man. Just look at Sam Bankman-Fried. Verdict today, he is guilty. I mean, the problem is with Bankman, man. He tried doing what banks actually do. They don't actually have, you know, the money in the bank, and they actually go ahead and release the funds and do whatever the fuck they want with it. If you have over $100 million in the bank right now and you want to try to cash that out, well, good luck with that. Even $100,000, right? I'm sure a lot of banks don't even carry that, depending on the country you're in, but you know, most banks are not going to go ahead and carry that amount at a physical location. So at the end of the day, what happened with these exchanges is they try to recreate they try to recreate what actual banks are doing right now constantly, and they failed at it pretty bad. And that's the reason why it wasn't able to do what it was able to do, and the reason why it failed. Jonathan says Megabot chart almost looks the same. That's crazy, man. Stock market was weird today. Really? Yeah, I have to go ahead and get ready for it, man. Jose, yep. Johnny, yep. I got you, bro. LOL. Yeah, 100%, man. We're gonna go ahead and see how this market goes, but as I mentioned, right now I'm just gonna go ahead and keep my eyes on. Let's go ahead and see Megabot real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream because, okay, look, 12 days ago, 2 million market cap. Yeah, it kind of almost looks like Ethereum too. We're gonna go ahead and keep our eyes on this bot. Oh, my freaking neck, dude. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready. Brokeman free, dude. I'm pretty sure that guy has so many millions stashed that he's chilling. That once he gets out, he's still gonna be living a really good life. I could almost guarantee you that. But what I'm going to go ahead and do, chat, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. Do expect a lot more content coming from me. I am going to go ahead and be leaving on vacation for a while. So you are going to see a little change of scenery, but I will be back, and I still will be streaming 7 days a week, hopefully. So I just want to go ahead and give you a heads up on that. But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, I do want to go ahead and mention, go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC, and literally takes less than 3 seconds to go ahead and create an account. Go ahead and make sure to use my MEXC link down below. This is one of my preferred platforms that I like to go ahead and use. Currently, as you could go ahead and see, it's not really loading up, but we're about $2,900 in profit right now on PEPE 2. We're using 10x leverage, and currently, right now, we're a total equity at about $20,000. I've literally grew this account from $110 all the way up to $15,000, or $150 to $15,000, all using leverage. So I definitely will go ahead and be making a video soon. I know a lot of you have been asking me, hey John, how do we use leverage? How can I learn from it? One of the best ways is obviously tuning in live, understanding how we chart all of this, and then the rest is really just a psychological barrier when it comes to utilizing leverage trading. But it's a really good way to go ahead and make money, especially during this kind of momentum in the market. This is not going to last forever. I don't know how long it's going to last. Maybe this is the top, maybe this is the bottom. I don't know. I do think PEPE 2.0 still has a lot of room to run, and right now I'm just analyzing my position. I will go ahead and deploy another couple dollars into my position to go ahead and wait for the next breakout. So be on the lookout for that. I've learned a lot from Rapane. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, Timothy. Hopefully you smash that subscribe button for me, bro. I really do appreciate it. It does go a long ways. And smashing the like button as well. Party hardy. Shout out to everybody. But yeah, definitely be on the lookout. We will go ahead and continue the live stream, but unfortunately I have to go ahead and end the stream and start getting packed, because I was supposed to be packed since yesterday, and so was Johnny, and he didn't do it. So yeah, kind of last minute kind of gals, you know what I mean? So I'll go ahead and catch all of you later. Make sure to like, comment, and